Welcome, viewers. Good evening. Today I have with me Narayan Narangadi, a political commentator, and also we'll be joined by, welcome, we'll be joined by T.G. Mohandas, who is an advocate and activist. Within a few minutes, he'll join us. So, today, viewers, we'll be talking about what's happening in Kerala. Some of the points we'll be touching are, the RSS, the Travancore Devaswom board denying them the thing of, doing drills in the temple. And also, we'll be also touching upon, we have someone like Samir Wankhede in Kerala. His name is P. Vijayan, and he's now being hounded by the Kerala government for being an exceptionally good officer, who's been inspiring a lot of people. So before we before we are joined by uh, Mohandas, I'll just ask Ned to say a few words.
Good evening, viewers. The two things actually what happened is that the Kerala government,
Yeah,
they
Ned,
control
yeah, Ned, I'm just joined by Mohandas. Let me just add him so that we can.
yeah.
Just a second. Welcome, Mr. Mohandas.
Namaste, namaste.
Yeah, yeah. We are also
I'm
joined by
sorry,
Ned
I
Namaskaram.
Nagari.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram, Mohandas ji.
Namaste, namaste.
Yeah. So, TG Mohandas has a very hectic schedule. So sometimes he tends to, forget that he has an appointment with us as well. Thank you. Thank you for
Not
joining us.
because hectic, I have a habit of forgetting things. I think a signal of getting old.
No, you will never get old. Thank you. So, Mohandas ji, see, we were just talking about some of the things that are actually becoming a focus in the Kerala state, and one of the things is that the RSS, which all of us have known as a very dynamic, group who have been instrumental in the relief efforts after the 1971 Odisha cyclone, the 1977 Andhra Pradesh cyclone, and the 1984 Bhopal disaster, and also when the floods came in Kashmir. They were the first ones, including the 2001 Gujarat earthquake. They were the ones who helped people to rebuild their villages, and we know them as good Samaritans. But suddenly, Kerala is coming out with a sudden ugly picture of what RSS is doing, because Devaswom board has suddenly decided that they will not allow them to do any drills in the temple. Now, one thing, Mohandas ji, is that, see, we've all known RSS to be very dedicated, disciplined, and with a lot of strength and valor in whatever they do. And they are so good that they can be almost compared to having paramilitary training. So this sort of a organization is revered by all. Why is it suddenly getting a demonic image in Kerala?
No. Basically, this is a signal to Islamic fundamentalists
Yeah.
that the Pinarayi Vijayan, the CPM Sarkar, is with you, not with RSS.
Okay.
Or they are with Muslims, not with Hindus. This is the indirect message.
Yeah.
Now, this circular is not a new one. They issued this circular in 2022. And now the new circular says that in spite of our earlier circular, temples are not caring to follow that. So hereafter, everybody should meticulously follow. It's not that RSS people are banned from entering temple. They have banned the activities of RSS within the premise of the temple. Now, RSS is not doing any activity within the premise of the temple. There is a popular misconception that RSS activities are temple centric. It is not so. RSS uses private premises, even temple premises. After all, government is holding around 3,000 temples in Kerala. There are around 12,000 medium and big size temples in Kerala. Out of which you less 3,000, it's still 9,000 temples are there, which will entertain even the activities of RSS within the premises. So this circular doesn't mean anything to RSS. That is why RSS is keeping quiet. We are not challenging the court, order in the court, or we are not in protest. कि भाई ठीक है हमारे एक्टिविटी आप नहीं करने देते वैसे भी हम नहीं करते हैं तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है So this is the situation. And we know that it is a signal given to the Islamic fundamentalists. It is not against RSS. It is for the Popular Front and organizations like that. To show the loyalty to them, you have to hit RSS. How do you show your loyalty to ISIS, Popular Front, etc.? You cannot say that I am loyal to ISIS because it's a banned organization. So you have to blame RSS. Blaming RSS will reap dividends from the other side. It is just like carrots जो खेलते हैं ना तो एक तरफ वो स्ट्राइकर मारते हैं ऑपोजिट साइड में वो उल्टा आके दूसरी तरफ उसमें गिर जाता है. So this is the politics which is being played. We understand that very well, but it is not affecting us at all. So we just ignore that circular. उनको जो करना है करें क्या करेगा. It is their property, government property practically. Government is owning all the temples. So you don't have a right or claim. So you cannot challenge the thing in court. And we need not challenge because we have enough spaces for our activity.
Yeah.
So therefore, this
important
doesn't
point.
mean anything for us.
Yeah. An important point put by Shailaja is that indeed must cause overall temple, it's not Devaswom board committee elected, but CM relatives and CPI, leftist party. They started business on temples with VIP tickets for Darshanam at Guruvayur.
See, there is a VIP ticket, 1,000 rupees ticket in Guruvayur. And there has to be some mechanism to regulate the rush. And one of the mechanism adopted generally by Hindu temples, it was, I think, first started in Guruvayur. Now, it may spread to other temples also. Because what will you do with a devotee? He is either a VIP or he is in a hurry to go back. There has to be some regulation. So they have started giving this ticket system. It is there in Tirupati. You have a free darshan. You have 50 rupees darshan. You have 300 rupees darshan. It is there in Padini also. You have a darshan with ticket and without ticket also. All devotees are given equal rights. But only think those who are in a hurry or those who are very high officials, say high court judges or chief minister, other ministers, MLAs. And honestly, you think you take an honest politician who is busy really. He also is to be given his right to worship. So a queue is to be bypassed. For bypassing, you have to deposit a fine. That is what is called ticket. So I don't think it is a big thing which Guruvayur has done.
Okay. Yeah, Ned, you wanted to ask him.
Yeah. Okay. Now, coming back to RSS in Kerala, you being an RSS person, can you just enlighten us? See, what are the activities of RSS generally? And I believe that there are a lot of RSS affiliated schools running in Kerala, and see the students coming out of these such institutions are very well disciplined and all. Can you enlighten us regarding that?
See, RSS affiliated organizations, Bharatiya Vidyaniketan, they are running 350 CBSE schools. RSS affiliated Kshetra Samrakshana Samiti, that is Temple Protection Committee, they are owning 450 temples in which pujaris are need not necessarily be Brahmins. I started taking feedback on that. I got the names of around 42 pujaris who doesn't belong to Brahmin community. Then the Samiti, they stopped my inquiry, saying that your inquiry itself is an insult to the pujari. Please don't do that. You are an elderly man. Please don't do that. Because your question itself is an embarrassing thing. Then I left it there. I understood their feelings. See, asking your caste is a bad thing. Generally, we consider it as a bad thing. That is what precisely I was doing for a good cause, but the question was bad. So I had to stop it. They are running 450 temples. Vishwa Hindu Parishad is controlling, owning a big temple right in the heart of Cochin city. Plus, they have 12 or 15 temples. Then I think RSS affiliates own the biggest auditorium in Kochi, that is Bhaskariam, and several hospitals. I don't know number of hospitals. It must be around 160 or so. Hospitals are run by RSS affiliates Seva Bharati, and we are in the forefront of every Seva activities. Whenever some calamity unfolds in front of us. And then
I
we
think
run several.
2016 floods, I think the RSS took a very active role, I believe,
Yeah,
in Kerala.
we took a very active role to the extent that government was disturbed. They said Seva Bharati, see, when people wear a t-shirt, usme likha hoga Seva Bharati. So that is to be removed. And we said, okay, we'll remove it. We removed all the t-shirts. If something is offending you, it is all, we know what is happening in their mind. But we cooperated because people are in difficulty. You cannot argue on a t-shirt. ये t-shirt डाल के ही मैं काम करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते ना. So immediately हमने t-shirt ठीक है बदल दिया, दूसरा शर्ट ये क्या है? Anyway, people know that it is RSS which is functioning. So you need not wear a band or something on your forearm. Nothing is required. We don't need any symbol to convey the message because we do.
Okay, so
we help people without asking, expecting anything in return.
So how do you train and how do you motivate people, see at a young age to do this kind of service oriented work?
That is through our age old exercise, daily shaka, daily 1 hour shaka. A shaka is the strength of RSS. So every day, 10 or 12 people, young boys assemble. They play. Somebody may give a small speech or a storytelling. Then finally prarthana. And prarthana is also for Bharat Mata, not for any god or anything. It's the deity is Bharat Mata. That is the spirit of the prarthana. So this exercise daily we are doing, through which you impart all sorts of good samskaras to the coming generation. And then automatically they go to several fields, education, trade union, politics, here, there, everywhere you will see so and so, and he will be number one. Wherever, whichever area he goes, he will strive to be number one. Probably he may land at first number 10 also. We don't know, depending on individual capacity. But we ensure that a good human being is produced from Shaka. बाद में जाके वो अपना अपना काम करेंगे, जिसको जो करना है करेंगे. RSS will not restrict them. They are left free in the society to earn their living, to do their politics, to do their social work. जो भी करना है करें. But basic कुछ इनको culture समझा के, you make a good, honest human being without any bad habits, without coming under the influence of drugs or other things. So we create human beings. In fact, उसको व्यक्ति निर्माण बोलते हैं. अच्छे व्यक्ति को बनाओ, अच्छे राष्ट्र ऑटोमेटिकली बन जाएगा.
Absolutely
I
right.
have also heard I have also heard that the RSS is not much into religion. The emphasis is not for the religion, but for the tradition and the nationalistic feeling. Is that right?
That is right. All these
Yeah,
problem came because of the word Hindu.
yeah,
RSS is Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh.
yeah,
The
yeah,
founders could have named it as Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh. They did not do,
yeah,
because
yeah,
Hindu is likely to be misunderstood. Likely to be.
yeah, yeah,
So better we have Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, because we are nationalist Hindus.
yeah,
Second, we are religious Hindus. Third, we may be ritualistic Hindus. The word Hindu is to be understood in a particular context. If I go to a library and ask someone that I need Hindu, that shows that I need today's Hindu paper, is it not?
yeah.
So Hindu could be
Right.
a newspaper, Hindu could be a human being, Hindu could be a religion, and Hindu
Yeah,
is your nationality also.
yeah.
So Hindu is to be understood in a context. But
Correct.
Rashtriya doesn't need any context. You can
Right.
independently treat that word Rashtriya. That means
Yeah,
national. No context
yeah,
is required. Therefore,
yeah,
Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. And we look at the nation. Religions come, it's not that it is an irreligious organization. No, we are not a society of people who doesn't believe in God. In fact,
yeah,
there are some disbelievers also in RSS, but
yeah,
very less in number. Generally, they are less
yeah,
in society, and therefore they are less in RSS also. RSS never questions anybody's faith, or whether you have a faith at all. It's not a question for RSS to consider. But definitely,
yeah,
being the majority of India, इसको
yeah,
नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते religious हिंदू को. There are religious problems also. उसका कौन solve करेगा? Everybody will say that how do you represent Hindus? I am also a Hindu. I am also a Hindu, but you are not doing anything for the Hindu. I am doing
yeah,
something for the Hindu. Therefore, I represent Hindus. अब ये कम्युनिस्ट वाले, कांग्रेस वाले सब बोलने लगे ना, हम भी हिंदू हैं, आरएसएस थोड़ी हिंदू है, हम भी हिंदू हैं. ठीक है, आप हिंदू है तो हिंदू का काम भी देखो ना जरा. आप नहीं देखते हैं, आप हमेशा माइनॉरिटी का काम देखते हैं. ठीक है, चलिए आप करिए, तो हिंदू का काम हम देखेंगे. So naturally we becomes the representative of Hindus. So ऐसा we have our own preferences, activities within the area of Hindu religion also. ऐसा नहीं कि religion कुछ भी हो, हमें क्या है, ऐसा भी नहीं है. We understand the importance of the religion, the dangers of the religion, the necessity of rituals, and sometimes the rituals which are going against our dharma. All these things are
yeah,
issues of RSS, definitely. But that doesn't mean that
oh,
instead of
yeah,
Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, you can call it a Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh. You see that that word itself is giving a
yeah.
somewhat contextual meaning. That
But
is why it
Mohandas,
is.
yeah, Mohandas ji, you see, even if the word is different or the word is not the same, they will find ways to criticize. That's just one aspect of the opposition's, yeah. So Maya is asking you, Mohandas sir, in Tamil Nadu, is it not even more bad? RSS had to get court orders to be allowed to have a drill march, and even the conditions were put down.
वो तो है ही. See, when administration is against you, you have to fight it legally, और क्या करेंगे? This is not the first time. You see, in RSS was first banned in 1936 by British government in Madhya Pradesh. उसको Central Province बोलते थे उस time. CP, Central Province, and Berar, part of Uttar Pradesh. RSS was banned. We fought it legally. Then in 1941, Kolhapur Raja, वहां एक राजा था कोल्हापुर में, ही बैंड आरएसएस। कुछ गुस्सा आ गया तो बंद करो तुम्हारा नाटक, बंद किया, and then negotiated with the king. Finally, he lifted the ban. Then came this 1948 ban, and then came 1975 emergency ban, and then in 1992 Narasimha Rao's ban. All these things were there, and we fought it legally. Or क्या करेगा? When administration is against you, you have to fight it out legally. यही तमिलनाडु में हुआ. You cannot march. अच्छा ठीक है, we challenged it in the High Court. Finally, High Court said march चलने दो, चलने दिए.
Divided Streets of America says, I come from a low class caste. I studied in an RSS college and they treated me very well, and I learned a lot of goodness from the RSS college. And even Muslim students were happy back in 90s. My sister married a Brahmin boy. She was very happy and following temples, and she is very spiritual. So these are some points that Divided Streets of America have added to show that, see, the good qualities of RSS and the institutions that they run. Yes, Net.
Yeah.
That is true.
So is the members from other communities also joining RSS?
Very few, very few.
Yeah.
They are there. There are Muslims, there are
But they're not
Christians in
focused on
RSS,
it. Yeah.
but very few, because the bridge is yet to be completed between RSS and the minority community. Their anxieties are still pending. Somewhere on the line it has come down. It's our fault also. It is the problem of RSS also. We have not sufficiently conducted outreaching programs towards them. That is also one problem. When a relation doesn't click, that means that both sides have some lacuna somewhere. So this is one thing RSS is also seriously considering, and there is an ongoing process to integrate the so-called minorities, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, etc., to RSS. But presently, I think that remains a weakness in our activity.
Yeah. So viewers, I'd
Actually,
like to
what
tell you,
exactly?
yeah,
Yeah.
viewers, I'd like
Tell.
to tell you that TG Mohandas has, has a very big hand in trying to get temples freed from the political, institutions, so that, see, we are free. Temples are free from, any sort of interference, political interference. So he's fighting for this with Dr. Swami, and we need to really applaud his efforts. Yes.
Yeah, Meena, that is one topic which we have to ask separately also. I have kept it
No, I'm just telling the
that.
viewers, because they have joined us from all
Yeah,
over the world, that this is the
yeah,
background of Mohandas ji, and the amount of work he is doing. People just talk, and here is a person who's doing so much of work, for us. And so thank you for that, Mohandas ji. So now,
okay.
viewers, yeah, you had a point. Yes, please.
Uh, okay. What exactly these see Congress party and all see is afraid of about RSS? Is it the nationalistic feeling, or because RSS by themselves is not a political organization, though BJP is supposed to be. They support BJP. I think that is all. But I don't think officially BJP has got any links to RSS. Am I right?
See, this is how politics works. There is no surprise that Congress, CPM, every political party is against RSS. Nothing to be surprised of, because that is politics. Because BJP is a member of Sangha Parivar. So, whom will you vote in the next elections? Every RSS man is likely to vote BJP in the next elections.
Right.
So for targeting BJP, you have to target their vote bank also. Therefore, every political party will attack RSS. Imagine a situation wherein BJP does not exist, all these people would have been singing themes of RSS. Because in Kerala, I will not speak beyond Kerala. In Kerala, at least RSS has got 10% solid votes under their command. Even if they want to, they put a wrong candidate, and RSS is asking, भैया इस बार इसको वोट करो. अरे ये तो खराब आदमी, खराब होगा, इस बार करो तुम. Then every RSS man will vote for him. This is the moral command which RSS have on its members. So 10% vote जो है, कौन नजरअंदाज कर सकता है? Every political party would have been singing गुणगान बोलते थे RSS का. अब बीजेपी है इसलिए RSS has become a target for them. Otherwise, RSS के लिए just like how they are trying to appease Christians and Muslims, they would have been trying to appease RSS also. But you see, history में बहुत कुछ हो जाता है. In 1951, भारतीय जनसंघ came into picture, and in 1980, it became BJP, and it was progressing. First, they tried to ignore it, but then it became invincible force in Indian politics. So naturally, उनका जो mother organization है RSS, that also became automatically the enemy of every political party. This is what is happening. कल जाके मैं बताता हूँ ना, कल जाके आप पूरा बीजेपी को डिसॉल्व कर दो, मोदी को रिसाइन करने को बोलो, टोटल भारतीय जनता पार्टी इज डिसॉल्व, और देखो क्या होता है. Everybody will run behind RSS because you cannot. The percentage of votes under the control of RSS is too much for any political party to ignore. Yeah.
So Divided Streets is saying.
Now you can go to the next topic.
Yeah,
I think.
I remember Chandra Babu Naidu wanted to cut off some hills of Balaji, and right away very bad things happened to him, and he stopped. Balaji is very powerful.
Yeah, that is true. That's, you see, in Travancore Devaswom, whosoever has touched the temple money had a very horrible death. Very horrible death. Every board chairman, at least 6 people I personally know. 6 people.
You're talking about Padmanabha Kshetra?
Yes.
That is, see, Padmanabha is a different story. It is not under Devaswom board. But other temples are there. Whosoever has enjoyed the temple money, his last years, at least 5 to 6 years, the suffering through which the human being goes is horrific. But still people take temple money. I don't know. Even after at least 6 examples I know. I will not say everybody. That includes Devaswom board chairman as well as certain pujaris. And you know, sometimes the divine power hits your children, not you.
Yeah.
If I take money from temple unauthorizedly, I may not be affected, by my son or daughter will be affected, which pinches me more. This is the law of karma. It sometimes it hits you indirectly, so that you will be in more difficulty. If a mother is hit, she will take that. But if her child is hit, it will be unbearable pain for her. This is how karma functions. But in spite of that, chori karte hain, kya karenge?
Okay. Kunzru is asking you, why RSS is dragged into all controversies, especially 2611? In fact, a book was also written by some liberals citing RSS hand in Mumbai attacks. Why RSS stays so silent?
That is one way of tackling controversies. Not only this Bombay incident. You take Gandhi murder. It was never discussed by RSS. Not at all. You go through 12 volumes of Golwalkar Golwalkar's writing, speeches, everything. They have released Guruji Samagra. 12 volumes are there. Nowhere you will find a single word about the murder of Mahatma. RSS will not enter into any controversy. Even now, so many people make speeches that, including Rahul Gandhi, अरे RSS ने मारा गांधी को. Some individual Swayamsevaks are filing cases, very few here and there. Imagine we have crores and crores of members in RSS, but why nobody is going to the court? Some innocuous man in Pune or Haryana somewhere, he may go to court in his personal capacity. We don't enter into argument. That is why. Therefore, you raise allegations, will be going on raising allegations. We will not reply to that. Someone may reply to that. As a Swayam Sevak, I can write a book on Mumbai incident or even Gandhi murder. So many Swayam Sevak has written books. They have published. ठीक है. But RSS officially will not enter into an argument or a brawl with anybody. RSS will go on doing positive work. That is the reply to these people.
Yeah.
अब झूठ को कहाँ, see, if you have a doubt, we can clear it.
Yeah.
But if you are conducting a propaganda, what can be done? आप कुछ भी बोलो, आप सुनने वाले नहीं हैं. अब जैसे मोदी ने एक सेंगोल लगाया पार्लियामेंट में, और सेंगोल के ऊपर बहुत बड़ा झगड़ा. सेंगोल अगर नहीं लगाया होता तो झगड़ा होता ना, तब भी झगड़ा होता. प्रेसिडेंट ने इनॉग्रेट नहीं किया, ठीक है, प्रेसिडेंट इनॉग्रेट करने आते हैं, विल यू कोऑपरेट? नो. तब भी आप कुछ ना कुछ झगड़ा करते रहते हो. So what is the point in responding to your nonsensical points? So you just keep quiet.
See, a very ironic point was when in Kashmir there were floods. These separatists were also drowning. And who were the people who helped them? It was the RSS. You know, after that was done and these separatists were safe, again they started RSS bashing. So this is their attitude towards them, even if they are saved from drowning. So it's very obvious that they do not care two hoots. It's all about politics. Now,
I'll tell you
yes,
one
yes,
experience, Minaji.
yeah,
10 years back, for RSS training camp, we booked the school owned by Mata Amritanandamai.
yes,
You know, the world famous spiritual leader. And her management said, okay, you take the school we need it for 8 days. But then some emergency for them developed. They cannot give the school because they want their own function to be conducted there. आप क्या करेंगे? They said, no, we are withdrawing the permission. Then we said, where do we go now? Only 4 or 5 days are pending. They said, हम क्या करेंगे? We are sorry, we are sorry. अब तो आरएसएस का काम चलना ही है. तो बगल में सुन्नी मुस्लिम्स का स्कूल है. Good school with a good compound. Only thing, so many bushes are there, you have to clean it. We approached Sunni Muslims. They said, अच्छा ठीक है, एक हफ्ते के लिए ना, 8 दिन के लिए, ठीक है ले लो, लेकिन वो ग्राउंड थोड़ा खराब पड़ा है. हमने बोला कि वो तो हम क्लियर करेंगे, क्लीनिंग सब हम करेंगे. अच्छा ठीक है. They gave us permission because even the Sunni Muslims know that RSS is a good organization of good human beings. They are in difficulty now, help them. This is the cooperation which we receive from the whole society. But if you go on fighting and arguing with people, तो वो खराब होगा. It's better sometimes to keep quiet when people hurl abuses against you. Be quiet.
See,
कुछ नहीं होता है. Abuser will not win.
Yeah, Mohandas in Kerala, many years back when I was a child, my father used to drive to Kerala from Pune. And whenever we used to stop in any place for water, these Muslim ladies, they did not have any head covering or anything. They would come and serve us water, they would smile, they would talk, give us some sweets, something. You know, the kind of love that was there between all people, whether it was Hindus or Muslims and Christians, was so much evident at that time. This came only because of politics. all this, the veil is a must. Everything came because of politics. Otherwise, all people. If you look, for example, in Trivandrum, you have three institutions: the church, the mosque, and the Hindu temple. The walls are just adjacent to each other. Nothing ever happened. They all lived amicably. See, this is all now
Many,
brought up.
that reading is not 100% correct.
Mm, mm,
Everything is not politics.
yeah.
See, what happened to Islam is getting radicalized
Mm,
maybe for the past 30, 40 years.
mm,
So as part of that, they brought burqa,
yeah.
then halal,
Yes.
this love jihad.
Mm,
All these things are imposed on Muslims
mm,
to make them pure Muslims.
yeah.
And unfortunately, Quran supports all these activities.
Yeah.
They're they have only one book. And Quran is one book which I have read, which needs no explanations. It's a pure and simple language in Quran.
Yeah.
Kill, butcher, maim, cheat, all these
Yeah.
things are plainly written in the
Okay. So
Quran.
let us move on
Now,
to something else.
Muslims
Yeah.
were not
Yeah.
like Hindus.
Yeah.
Muslims also never read Quran. They
Yeah.
just live as Muslims. But now this fundamentalists, radicals in Islam, they had slowly upper hand in the society, and
Mm,
they started imposing all these
yeah.
civil codes on their society. It has nothing to do with politics. It has everything to do with their religion
Religion.
and
Yeah.
their holy book.
Okay. Now, Mohandas ji, moving on to another topic that I thought was very important that people should know about. For example, you're also aware of, what Samir Wankhede, the NCB officer, is undergoing at the moment in Mumbai. He is one of those righteous officers who has fought top people like SRK. Shah Rukh Khan's son was jailed because of drugs, and he's been fighting a single battle, against politicians who are trying to malign him and his family. Similarly, in Kerala, there is a cop called P. Vijayan, who's supposed to be exemplary in his character, and he's done several things, that have made him, one of the best officers in Kerala. Now he's been suffering a lot. Could you tell us a little bit about this cop's background and what is exactly happening, and why is Pinarayi after him?
Oh, it's a very sad story. See, P. Vijayan belongs to a scheduled tribe, a very poor family. He was doing construction job, building construction में वो पत्थर उठाने का, सीमेंट कंक्रीट बनाने का ये काम कर रहा था वो आदमी. From there he started his education. One or two times he failed also, but he had never-ending spirit to achieve some purpose in his life. And finally, he got Indian Police Service. He is married to an IAS officer, Dr. Beena. She is in Central Government Service. I think she is the Managing Director of Cochin Port Trust also. So things were going very smooth. Now, Vijayan became Additional Director General of Police, ADGP. He took up the Clean Shabarimala project in his hand. In Malayalam, it is Punyam Pungavan, that is sacred garden. So he formed a team and some anti-plastic movement. Plastic thoda kam karo jo Shabarimala mein aata hai. You know, lakhs of people visit Shabarimala, and plastic is a big problem. How to deal with that? So he organized small meetings, even in Karnataka and Andhra, Telangana, everywhere. And he told devotees, भैया आप जो भी लाते वो plastic container में मत लाओ. And the plastic which was coming to Shabarimala was reduced to 75%, reduced by 75%.
Okay, okay.
So this project, which was conceived by P. Vijayan, Narendra Modi made a mention in his Man Ki Baat. केरल में ऐसा एक पुलिस ऑफिसर है. He did a good job of reducing plastic waste, that too in Shabarimala. I congratulate that officer. मन की बात में कभी कभी वो गिने चुने लोगों के बारे में बोलते हैं, बोल दिया. Now number two, P. Vijayan made another project informally, that was student police cadet. He started enlisting school children to student police cadet, and I mean teaching them how to march left, right. Some discipline to be brought into the children. This was a good idea. Parents also like that. Even politicians agreed to the idea, because the children without discipline will grow like a wild bush.
Yeah.
That is how this drug mafia, everybody, they become
Utilize.
vulnerable.
Yes.
So once you discipline them in the schools itself, you will get good citizens. Around 40,000 children are enlisted in that program. The program is going on. Now, these two incidents, one Modi mentioning his name, number two, this students police cadet thing, that created lot of occupational jealousy, professional jealousy. That was there. They have a big association also, IPS Association of Kerala. He is also a member of that. But then his enemies were looking for a chance. He was the head of anti-terrorism squad also.
Okay.
He was given charge of Books and Publication Society, which prints lakhs and lakhs of textbooks for the distribution schools. That was a loose company. Nobody had any responsibility, everything. But when P. Vijayan was given the charge, he set right everything. On a target date, every student will get his textbook in his hand. This was his program, and he saw to it that it is done. This is the officer. And without any rhyme or reason, he was removed from anti-terrorism squad. And from the Books and Publishing Society, he was the managing director. That position also was removed because trade union were making complaints against him. Oh, he was IPS, but still he doesn't have anything under his jurisdiction. This was the situation. During this situation, this Godra type thing took place in Calicut.
Okay.
In fact, they tried for a Godra, but it did not click. 3 or 4 seats were burnt. And 3 people who panicked, who jumped out of the train, they died also. And then the man was caught in Ratnagiri, in Maharashtra, by Maharashtra ATS. They informed P. Vijayan, because they thought Vijayan is still in charge. They didn't know that Vijayan is not holding charge now. They informed Vijayan that we have caught hold of this man. Then Vijayan gave the information to Kerala police. And Kerala police went to Ratnagiri. They brought him in a private vehicle. The vehicle broke down in between. They brought another vehicle. Whatever mistakes can happen were happening during that journey. This was televised by a channel, Mathrubhumi. Because Mathrubhumi knew it, because Maharashtra channels flashed it in the night itself. This fellow was caught at 1 o'clock. 1:30, Maharashtra police paraded him in front of the media. And all media, national media, everybody. Only Kerala media knew it in the morning 8:30 bulletin. Now, Mathrubhumi, having known this, they took a vehicle, they went there, and they gave live photographs of what is happening on the return journey. The vehicle breaking down, bringing another vehicle, that also breaking down, etc., which showed the police in a poor light. Now, this was the chance for his colleagues as well as Pinarayi Vijayan, because Pinarayi Vijayan got angry merely because Modi took his name. That was sufficient for the chief minister for getting angry. बाकी कुछ नहीं, अच्छा ये तो मोदी का आदमी है, छापा लगाया, अब you find out some reason to punish him. तो reason मिल गया कि he leaked the information to media. Therefore he is suspended. अरे क्या इंफॉर्मेशन लीक किया है? कार का फोटो, ये कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन होता है क्या? This was the information was leaked by Maharashtra police itself कि भाई टेररिस्ट को पकड़ा. ये इंफॉर्मेशन, in fact, that information should go everywhere, is it not? वो लीक कर very strong. This Madhubhumi journalists are going to suffer very seriously because they have charged IPC 353 and 201, that is obstructing official duty, and then 506, that is destroying evidence. Destroying evidence is a very serious thing, especially in a terrorist
Absolutely.
case.
Absolutely.
If the terrorist is getting life imprisonment, you are likely to get 7 years imprisonment.
Yes.
If terrorist is going to be hanged, you will be the destroying evidence offense. It attracts just lesser than the actual punishment, actual terrorist act. This is the seriousness, and this is the charges against a channel. And the very channel, Mathrubhumi, so reasonably, I think it is number 2 or number 3 in Kerala. They themselves are not flashing this news. Their journalists were under custody. They were later on released. Their mobile phones were under police custody. They got the mobile phones back. How I knew this information was one journalist contacted me. Mohandas ji, I need a document. I said, kya hai? See, once upon a time, some few years back, my mobile was confiscated by the police. I gave them an undertaking that within 2 days I will surrender my mobile. Now you can give me. Then finally they said, okay, within 2 days you have to surrender. I went to High Court and challenged, told that the police is behaving like this. So High Court said, no, how can police confiscate your mobile? Okay, they can put some false charges, they can register an FIR, all these things. But nobody has got a right to confiscate your mobile. So this order was with me. This gentleman wanted this order. I gave him the order. But then I started inquiry, kya hua ye rato raat ye order chahiye bolke. And I called him back next day. I asked him what happened. He told me this is how it is. So it was your judgment was a very great help for us. We showed it to police, and then they returned the mobile. So ये सब होने के बावजूद भी this news is not being flashed by Kerala channels. That is the loyalty of Kerala channels to the
Chief
terrorists who attempted the Godhra murder but failed. I don't know, now it is investigated by NIA. I have no hope with NIA. Every central agency in Kerala is infested by urban nexus, whether it is NIA, Customs or ED. I am telling this openly. Why the great smuggling, which involved the Chief Minister's office, is not reaching anywhere. NIA jumped into the fray, ED jumped into the fray, Customs jumped into the fray, because all these agencies are infested with the urban nexus. They have their com offices everywhere. You just cannot, NIA cannot do anything in Kerala, ED cannot do anything in Kerala, and Customs also cannot do it. Once upon a time, they will catch something. Whatever we see is only tip of the iceberg. But what to do? Every agency is corrupt. That is what is happening. Yeah. So Vijayan was a victim of one thing, Man Ki Baat. Number 2, the professional jealousy. Now I think because Man Ki Baat is involved, Prime Minister is it is his incumbent duty to protect this IPS officer.
Exactly.
Take him and give him some other job because it is a all India service. You have a control over that. Government of India is having a control over that.
And I think Vijayan was invited by Prime Minister Modi for his 100th Man Ki Baat, and Vijayan didn't allow him to go, I believe. Am I right?
Yeah, Vijayan refused permission. He was.
Coming back to
P. Vijayan. Unfortunately, both are P. Vijayans. One is Pinarayi Vijayan, another is P. Vijayan. So, Pinarayi didn't allow him to go for Man Ki Baat in Delhi. Prime Minister invited him, but this fellow didn't allow it. He suffered that insult silently. He has not opened his mouth. He is keeping a a graceful silence. I salute that officer, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Mohandas ji, you remember this very famous case where these two girls who were, Miss Kerala and another girl, they were killed in an accident, and about the drug infestation that was happening. What happened to that case? Because see, the whole thing reeked of drugs, and these people who were peddling drugs were caught in this process. What happened to that case?
Honestly, I don't know what happened to the case. Why? Because
Because
unless it is
drugs is a big problem
either
in Kerala.
either it is to be published in some newspaper or some TV channel has to show the details. Otherwise, an ordinary citizen like me, we have no source to know these things because very high level operations are going on. Any drug related crime will be hushed up in 48 or maximum 72 hours.
Okay.
They will flash some news for 1 or 2 days. Later on, everybody will go silent. That is how, see, Kerala film industry, everybody, all directors, producers, actors, everybody, they have their own organizations. All representative of the organizations came in front of cameras. They conducted a press meet. They said, we are fed up with drug peddling in the film world. Most of the new gen actors are taking drugs. They are misbehaving with us, misbehaving with elders, misbehaving with Mohanlal and Mammootty, who are, they are see the doyen of Malayalam films. These young boys, 25, 26 years, 1 or 2 cinema they get, then they feel they are the top of the world, and they start drug peddling and they misbehave. Then news channels asked them, who are these people? They said, we have given the names of actors who are taking drugs. We have given the names to the ministry because we don't want to publicly tarnish them.
Yeah.
But we have written the names and given it in a seal cover to the government. But no action has been taken. Nothing has been done. So every drug issue will be hushed up. Maximum 72 hours is the life of any drug-related news in Kerala.
Because it was at that
There was
time
a
they had said that this club 88, the owner of that club, used to invite police officers there, and they used to have weekends there and enjoy themselves. And the moment this accident happened, the top police were called for this because they had good connections with them, the owner. Then the owner was protected. Okay.
Your sound is gone.
Okay. 1 second. Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you? I think Ned, can you just repeat that question?
no, I can hear you. So I think see Mohandas ji will have to check it at his
No,
end.
no. You can just give the question to Mohandas ji
Now
about the.
I am
Can you hear?
Yeah.
now I am
So
able to
yeah,
hear.
yeah. So this man, the owner of Club 88, is a very famous man. He was the son of one of the top liquor people who used to sell liquor in UAE, and he was the son-in-law of that man, a very famous guy who got married, similar to Princess Diana's wedding. Where flowers were strewn from helicopter down on him. This is the man who owned Club 88. Within minutes of this accident, the VCR, whatever was there on the CCTV camera, was thrown in the river. Everything was hidden. This was perhaps all with the help of the police.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, it may not be help. It could be the order by the politicians. In the gold smuggling case, when Chief Minister's office is implicated, the first news came. On that day, a lightning struck in the Kerala Chief Minister's secretariat, and all CCTV visuals were damaged. How come only one lightning incident throughout Kerala, that too in the secretariat, that too in the portion where Chief Minister's all cameras are installed? So they said that well, there was lightning. Well, there was lightning. क्या करेगा? Damage हो गया. So therefore, I will not probably blame the police also. The orders are coming from top.
Yeah.
भाई छोड़ दो उनको, destroy all CCTV records. साहब ये तो evidence है. अरे इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ every evidence should be destroyed. That's all. बाद में क्या करेंगे? Nothing can be done. If CBI comes, they are helpless. NIA comes, they are helpless. क्योंकि evidence have been tampered
Yeah.
with or
Yes.
destroyed.
Yes.
कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
See, there was a say big drug haul see off Kerala coast. Is there any connection with Kerala regarding that?
I didn't get your question. What was there in coast?
See, a ship was caught off Kerala coast, and see, it was probably about 30,
Yeah.
40,000 crores worth of
Yes, yes.
this thing. And is there any connection between see that and the Kerala? See,
It
any
has
connection?
more to see. It has more to do with Lakshadweep than with Kerala.
Oh,
The initial
okay.
statement by Narcotics Control Bureau (NCB), they
Yeah,
said that
yeah, okay.
the ship was, it was managed by two Pakistani nationals, one
Yeah,
Iranian or someone. These are the people who are
yeah,
caught. And they don't know whether somebody has jumped into the water and escaped because the sea is
yeah,
quite shallow in that area. And
yeah.
the drug which was confiscated is worth 25,000 crores.
Oh,
25,000 crores. So that is, anyway, no Kerala politician or big boss, no name has come out. And it is unlikely
yeah,
that even if they are involved,
Yeah.
name will not come
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
यही तो
yeah,
see, 2 years back, you remember, Save Lakshadweep, there was a big campaign. Ever
yes,
since that Khoda Patil became the Lieutenant Governor,
yeah,
General of Administrator of Lakshadweep, there was big campaign. लक्षद्वीप में मुस्लिम्स को ऐसा कर रहा है, मार रहा है, काट रहा है, ऐसा है, वैसा है वगैरह. There was big campaign. The campaign was basically by this sponsored by this drug peddlers.
Yeah.
And Khoda Patil was very strong that to hell with your campaign. I just don't care. सब साफ कर दिया वहां पर. So now
yeah,
they don't have a base in Lakshadweep. So they are
yeah,
operating sea as a base. You know, see, there is a common sea. We have a border. After that, it is an international sea. So if the crime
yeah,
takes place in an international sea, it is very difficult for legal proceedings. This is the first
yeah,
argument they have made, that we were not within Indian waters, we were in international waters. So Indian customs or Indian Coast Guard or Indian Narcotic Bureau doesn't have any jurisdiction. So first we have to establish that we have arrested and confiscated this thing from the Indian portion of the Arabian Sea.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
a legal problem.
Mohandas ji, see, recently,
Yes.
one of the side actors, he doesn't come as a hero. He said very clearly, he and his wife very clearly said that they will not put their son in Malayalam movies because of the drug menace. So they
Yes,
are
yes.
openly talking about it.
Yes, yes. That is why I told you. See, the whole spectrum of luminaries in Malayalam cinema, they addressed a press conference and they stopped short of naming people. Rest everything they said, whatever drama they are seeing in front of them in every location. But when asked for names, they said, we have given the names to the cultural minister, Saji Cherian, in a sealed cover, because we don't want to tarnish anybody merely because he is using drugs. We have sympathies also for these youngsters. So we have kept it a secret. We are not revealing names. But when you see these many people, they say that the whole industry is affected by drugs. It is true. And after that, this lady said, I will not send my son to the
Yes,
film
yes.
world. Also, whatsoever money he is getting, I don't want that because it is danger. The influence of drug peddlers is too much. You cannot escape their trap.
Mohandas ji, see, when Samir Wankade caught Shah Rukh Khan's son, Shah Rukh Khan he sent a message to Samir Wankade begging him, please somehow save my son. If he goes to jail, he will break down. And, he will, once he comes back, I will make sure that he becomes better. He will stop taking drugs. I'll change him. So please, I know that you are a very righteous officer, so without breaking anything connected to your integrity, kindly save my son. This is the kind of message these people are giving to upright righteous officers. And then when it doesn't work, they go to Delhi, and go to the head office and talk to politicians and get Samir Wankade transferred. And if that is not enough, then his whole family is targeted. His mother's dead, father, his sister, his wife, they are all targeted. And mud is slung on them. Even today, they have not, they're continuously targeting him. And the only people who are supporting Samir Wankade are the public who know that he is, a straightforward man who tried to catch these people.
See, who is targeting Samir Wankade? It is CBI.
Yes.
And Samir Wankade belongs to NCB, Narcotic
Yes.
Control Bureau.
Yes.
NCB is under Government of India. CBI is under Government of India. So what is happening in Government of India? Anyway, that is anybody's guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether
Uh,
you've been
one.
following the SSR case. It is now going to be 3 years since he died. He was murdered. Now, even now, CBI is sleeping on it. So, if, for example, last Jia Khan's case also, they messed up and they said that Suraj Pancholi is free to go. So, they messed up that case also, knowing the fact that the girl was murdered. Now, this case also, they are going to let it go. If this is how they are going, because they are getting money either from the Bollywood people or from politicians, they will say that, see, Sushant Singh also committed suicide.
That is true. But thing is, this type of incidents will take place in a society, especially when our population is 140 crores. So many cases, so many murders, suicide, rape, something will happen here and there. And there are a percentage of corrupt politicians, corrupt police officers. That is also there. It is a fact of life. You cannot eradicate it 100%. But now what happens is the percentage is slowly increased. पहले 95% अच्छे थे, 5% बुरे थे. अब 35% खराब है और only 65% is good people. और ये 50-50 हो गया है. That is why it is quite frequently it is coming out. और जो नहीं आता है बाहर वो कितना होगा पता नहीं. ये जो examples आप बता रहे हैं, this is all came to public domain. That is why we are discussing it.
Yes.
There are incidences which never came to public domain. पूरा डुबा देते हैं उसको. We never knew what happened to a particular man or a particular case. कुछ नहीं होता है. Just like you told about 2 girls killed in an accident.
Yes. Yes.
उसके बाद में क्या हो गया मुझे भी पता नहीं, आपको भी पता नहीं. हम लोग सब गूगल देखते हैं, इंटरनेट देखते हैं, सब कुछ देखते हैं, लेकिन पता नहीं. People are so clever that they just vanish. The culprits vanish. That is the system. My grouse is that the percentage is alarmingly on the increase. ऐसा नहीं कि पुराने जमाने में भी था. When Jawaharlal Nehru was prime minister, there was corruption, there was rape, there was killings. ठीक है, all these things will be there, but it has to have a limit in the society. It should not disturb the peace of, law complying people. Their peace should not be disturbed. There could be criminals in every society, but they should be kept under leash by the police. We cannot eliminate it fully. Somebody is born with a criminal mind, kya karega? So you have to keep him under surveillance. Yeah. But this surveillance and control is getting loose and loose, and the crime rate is going high and high everywhere, irrespective of political dispensation. I'm telling you, this has become a very bad thing to settle with quotation gangs, settle with goons, settle with the drug peddlers, settle with the liquor barons. See, you know who came to fight for liquor barons in Kerala High Court? I have nothing against liquor barons. No, see, I'm no Mahatma Gandhi or not on that angle. But for liquor barons, Indira Jaising from Supreme Court came. Now, Indira Jaising is known for her adjustments. She is not a legal luminary. She makes money from NGO by blackmailing somebody, justice for Katwa girl,
Yeah.
something like that. And then in Supreme Court, वो जाके मारती है, माथे पे छाती पे मारती है, तो कुछ order मिल जाता है उसको. Is that? But particularly, why did she came all the way from Delhi to Kerala for appearing for liquor baron? I don't know. Anyway, her politics didn't play well in Kerala because on the other side, the government brought Kapil Sibal.
Okay.
इनसे भी बड़ा है. तो कपिल सिब्बल वहाँ इंदिरा जय सिंह
चोरों का राजा.
Yeah. So see, this is the influence of all these people. If liquor barons can bring Indira Jason from Delhi to Kochi, then imagine what is the might of this drug barons.
Yes.
It will be 10 times, 100 times more. Liquor, at least you know the quantity, you are giving license, you know where it is served. After all, what can happen? एक आदमी ज्यादा पिया तो क्या होगा? कोई गाना गाएगा ना, चिल्लाएगा, कुछ झगड़ा करेगा, इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं. But drugs are not like that. It will totally spoil you. Within no time you become addict. Within a week you will beg for your installment of drug. So it's a very dangerous.
Mohandas ji, see, last week, just few days back, you will be surprised that three actors working in the same serial, okay, 3 people working in the same serial died around the same time, okay, which means within a day of each other. One man who was 51 died in the hotel, heart attack. A woman, she was traveling by car with her fiance. A truck came and pushed her down the cliff. She died. And then a third man, they say that he fell in the bathroom and hit his head. And they say that he would have been on drugs. And his mother is saying he has never taken drugs. So these 3 people are from the same serial. They were also acting in Ekta Kapoor serials. Seems to be something very sinister here, because people from the same serial are being found dead, and they are saying that it is all natural.
See, it's not only sinister, it is a declaration of war against India. Towards the run-up of 2024 elections, you will see more and more forces like this getting unleashed. It could be from Europe, could be from America, or even from China.
You're talking
I
about
don't know
people
how
like
our Prime Minister
Soros.
is going to brave that.
People
but
like Soros?
Take it from me, Modi will have the toughest challenge in his life in 2024.
Yes.
From every nook and corner of the world, he will be attacked through drugs, through arms, through open war, through echo chambers, through articles, through demonstration, through strikes. Everything will reach its peak towards the run-up of 2024 elections. And I hope Prime Minister is aware about that. He is also very carefully treading the path. Let us hope for the best.
Yeah. Ned, you have something to say?
I have to ask one last question. You have filed a petition in the, I think it's in the Cochin High Court, along with Dr. Swami regarding the release of the temple administration from the purview of the government. What is the latest status on that?
That is Uh, I filed it in 2017 December also. Then 2018 January, after one or two hearings, the SLP was admitted.
I think your voice is breaking. Am I right, Veena?
No, no,
It-
no. His voice is clear. His voice
so
is
Okay.
clear. Yeah, yeah.
in 2018, the SLP was admitted and it is not listed yet. No surprise, in Supreme Court, it takes 6 years, 8 years, 10 years to list a case. And I'm no special personality. That's the case. What I did only was in Kerala High Court, I was the lead petitioner. Dr. Subramanian Swamy was supporting respondent. In Supreme Court, we changed the priority. First, Dr. Swamy filed the case. Subsequent to that, I also filed. So both were clubbed. So now the case will be known as Dr. Subramanian Swamy and another versus State of Kerala. This I did because at least the registry or the judges who see Dr. Subramanian Swamy, then they may have a feeling, अरे बहुत दिन से पड़ा है, list करो भैया इसको. ऐसा लगेगा. If it is T.G. Mohandas, who knows T.G. Mohandas in Supreme Court? So for getting priority, we have changed the order of the petitioners. But there is one thing I must admit, my petition is not against government ruling the temples. My challenge is against the process of nomination of Devaswom board. So if you say that process of nomination is unconstitutional, then what should be the next process? A new process has to be brought. When you bring a new process, there government will have only minimum role. All other things are technical, will not be understood by people who are listening to it.
Yeah.
So I am not directly asking the court to remove government, but indirectly the effect will be that. Okay, you can ask the court to demolish a building. Number two, you can ask the court to remove the cornerstone of that building.
Yeah.
So I have asked them to remove the cornerstone so that the whole building will fall. It's a consequential damage.
Yeah.
Because if I ask that the government should आप क्या है, government का क्या problem है, क्या हुआ, government is running it very nicely. If there is some corruption, etc., you bring it here, we will remedy it. That's all. चला जाएगा. So I have to request them to remove the cornerstone. Now, Kerala High Court, they said there is merit in his argument. We understand the unconstitutionality of this nomination, but we don't have power to instruct the government. There is a principle that court should not enter into this area, something like that. It's all legal proposition. So we are helpless. And they wrote that we are distressed. We have been telling to change the system several times, but legislature is not listening. So therefore, in the fond hope of government acting, we are closing this petition. That is the judgment. This judgment I have taken to Supreme Court. Now I said that there is merit in my argument. High Court has agreed. Only thing High Court says they don't have power. Now you have power. Please ask. This is the basic argument which is going to be in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So technically, it is wrong to say that I am trying to remove government from the administration.
Okay.
I am only trying to remove a clause of nomination which I found or I argue as unconstitutional. But if that clause is removed from the law, then the whole law becomes infructuous.
Also, Mohandas, see, Divided Streets of America is saying this is with regards to Salman Khan. That is why Salman is building a sea face hotel. So it's easy for drugs and kidnapping, probably. And to which Maya is saying that Divided Streets, they already have a hotel resort near the coast at Palgan, from where you have straight access to Pakistan. It is owned by a Maha Vikas Agadi person who was found with Pakistan credit card and now in Eknath Shinde Sena. So you see,
All these things are,
yeah,
these are all rumors. A man having a C-face flat doesn't mean that he will do drug business. All these things could be an extended anxiety of a law-abiding citizen. I understand the anxiety, but when you raise this type of points, that too against famous people like Khans, be sure that you have solid evidence with you and you are ready to fight. Otherwise, it will look very small that we are just gossiping.
yes,
जिसके पास पैसा है, हाँ वो तो चोरी किया होगा या फेक नोट का प्रिंटिंग है उसका, सब बोलते हैं ना, जो चाय दुकान में बैठकर बात करते हैं, ऐसा मत करना. I won't subscribe to this type of stories unless I have solid material with me to believe that.
yeah. So thank you so much, Mohandas ji, for this wonderful session with you. And both Ned and I thank you for coming. And good night. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks for my viewers also.